Phantom of the Vegan Flatland here. I want to talk about Curt Hennig. Now, the wrestler Curt Hennig that died young many, many years ago. What do you remember his name was? Was it Curt Hennig or Curt Hennig? Now, in my reality and many, many people's realities, many people, actually everyone that I know, his name was Curt Hennig, Henning, Curt. It's now always been Hennig, Hennig. That is absolute bullshit. There's all kinds of residue on newspapers.com, from the WWF magazine themselves, VHS covers, Mr. Perfect saying it himself, other wrestlers knowing it as Curt Hennig. Now, when I met Bret Hart at an autograph session, I asked him, without even telling him about the Mandela effect because we had no time, I said, was Curt Hennig's name Hennig or Hennig? Immediately, Bret Hart said Hennig. Or, I'm sorry, immediately Bret Hart said Hennig, that it wasn't Hennig. I said, you sure it's not Hennig? He goes, no. He goes, I've always known him as Hennig. And he said, why? And I tried to tell him about the Mandela effect, but his handler rushed me off because there was a huge line, and it's, man, I wish I could be able to tell him about this because he still thinks it's Hennig. Bret Hart thinks it's Curt Hennig, but it's never been Hennig. It's always been Hennig. That is absolute bullshit. That is the best example of the Mandela effect. Everybody knows him or knew him as Hennig. Hennig, what the fuck is Hennig? That is bullshit. They took that N out, just like they're taking the dash out with Kit Kat and everything else. That's absolute nonsense. Now, leave me in the comments section. What do you remember? Curt Hennig or Curt Hennig? Because there's so many Mandela effects with the WWF, but this is the number one. This is one that's right away scream, no fucking way. I mean, it right away screams no way in your face. It was Hennig. I confirmed it with Bret Hart. I confirmed it with my research. I confirmed it with my memory. I have always called him Hennig because that's what it was. WWF announcers called him Hennig. On Saturday Night Main Event, even on pay-per-view at the Royal Rumble, they called him Hennig. They never said Hennig. They said Curt Hennig, which makes sense in the name. Hennig, what the fuck is a Hennig? It was Hennig. This is the Phantom. Out.